Góðan daginn and welcome to ProjectPile. My name is Gunnhildur, I'm in Iceland, I live in Iceland, and this is my podcast, vlog, chat type of thing, the ProjectPile, because I have projects and they are in piles. I talk mainly about yarn, about knitting, crocheting, and anything fiber related, and yeah, but the weather quite a bit as well, because I'm your stereotypical middle-aged Icelander, and the weather is important. Have to say, I am unusually late, later than usual. It is currently about 20 minutes past 2 in the afternoon. So that means I'm like, what, 3 or 4 hours later than usual, and that's because... So, I've said it before, I am currently participating in NaNoWriMo, the National Novel Writing Month. A yearly occurrence where insane people, like yours truly, takes on the self-imposed challenge of writing 50,000 words in a single story. I did it last year, it was fun, so I decided to do it again this year. I'm a little bit less prepared with my story. I'm literally just figuring everything out as I go, which is at the same time very freeing and very headache inducing because I don't know what I'm doing. And yesterday, and the reason why I'm a little exhausted today is because yesterday there, how am I gonna explain it? So it's this unofficial, so the people who are participating in Nano and from the Nordic countries, apparently, and I'm really happy that I found this out, there's an unofficial word war where the Nordic countries wage war. And if ever there was a more peaceful conflict, this would be it, because it's not exactly a war, it's not competition. It's very, it really inspires you to write a lot as you can, because it's okay. So every country is divided into their own teams, except for Icelanders, because there aren't that many of us. So we are in the Finland team, and what we do is from midnight to midnight, right? We write as many words as we possibly can, and those words get counted up, and the winning team, the country or the team with the most points wins. And you don't just get points for the words written, you also get points for cheering on the other teams, participating in a one line story type of thing, was hilarious. The story got so ridiculous, it was just fun to read it. You get points for attempting some of the writing prompts. And what I really liked is that you also get points for getting up from a computer, looking away from a computer for, I think it was like 30 seconds. You get points for eating proper meals. You could do that 3 times, or get points for that 3 times. You could collect points twice for brushing your teeth, and you got points for stretching your wrists. You got points for doing like shoulder and neck exercises as many times as you did them. You got points for drinking water. Just whoever put that together really knows what you need to do when you're doing this like sprint marathon type of thing. And it was so much fun. We were 3 Icelanders, and this is my first time participating in this, and everyone was just so uplifting, positive, and just so nice. And yeah, like I said, because of the time belt thing, because obviously we're not starting all at the same time, that would be, I mean, some people would be ending at like dear Lord, 2 or 3 in the morning, and that's just no, let's not do that. So because we are in the like 2 or 3 hours behind, I think, like Finland. That meant that we were the last, so there were 3 of us being like, lovely. So yeah, we just did a 30-minute sprint, and then yeah, just powered on for the last hour, and we did it. 2 of us managed to cross the 7,000 word boundary, and I am just so excited because this is my first time writing more than 3,000 words. Like, I think last year my record day was somewhere close to 3,000 words. Yesterday is my new record day of how many words written in a day in a single story, and that is 7,528 words. Yours truly wrote. So I'm a little tired today. Understandable, maybe. I literally just barely got dressed, and I'm just wearing leggings and a halter neck and a cardigan, and I'm like, I can't be bothered. I washed my face and I put on my eyebrows. It's just, that's enough for today. I wrote so much yesterday, and it's so much fun. So the people who like keep this all together, because this is unofficial, so they are very, very kind and nice people who, you know, organize this entire thing and keep everything going in that Discord, and they are still tallying up all the points. So as of right now, I don't know who won this year. Last year Denmark apparently won, and it was I'm not, I don't know, I already feel like a winner because I broke way broke my own record. I did my best and I had a lot of fun, so already a winner. And as for the knitting and crocheting stuff, listen, where do I start? Actually, with this, I'm not quite finished with my balaclava, the Frostbuster balaclava. Mostly done with the knitting part. I still haven't sewn up the top. Like, I was going to do that yesterday, and yesterday was like, no. But yeah, excuse me, I've finished the knitting on the hood proper, and then I just need to sew the top together, and then there's a bit of ribbing in the front. Oh, it's gonna be so nice for winter. And then I got another color that I want to work with as well, because this, with the pearl stitching, really like it. This is ridiculously nice. I am so proud of myself. I am mostly done, and you know, that's the other headache, because I have this thing that when I'm just about done with something, my interest starts lagging. So need to get this finished, obviously, because I need to be using it. I mean, listen, yesterday the weather fantastic. I actually started the day off pretty much as soon as we got sun, so that was started the day off. We got sun around 11ish in the morning yesterday, and because the sun is getting so low, that means it's not that long until sea will be leaving us. So I went out for a walk, and that really helped getting my brain started for the writing. So yesterday was just such a gorgeous day, and then today we got fog and rain. Figures. But you know, that's just how it. I'm really fiddling with my hair. I don't know why. It's a thing. The other thing. Oh yeah. So I've been bringing this project back with me to knit nights for the past 2 times. Yeah, because I've been keeping my big knitting needles in this bag, and I've been bringing those with me for the past 2 nights because there's a lot of people who can't quite believe that, you know, you have, you know, just the size of knit needles sometimes. So like, I've shown you my 12mm double pointed knit needles, fairly big. They are big enough. And then my 15mm circle needles, and those are, you know, plenty big enough. And those are the ones that I'm using for the sweater that I'm currently working on. Which, mind you, the adorable owner of the coffee shop where the knit nights are, not only does he now give us 20% off of yarn on knit nights, 20% discount, 20! She also has new knit needles. These are 15mm double pointed knit needles. Just, I've been looking for them because the glasso sweater that I'm slowly working on, look at it, very slowly working on, you start with a 12mm for the ribbing on the top, and then you switch over to the 50mm, but I only had the circle needles, and that means that you need to do like this magic circle thing so you can actually work on things, and it wasn't working for me. I was fighting with the stitches, trying to get them back on from the cable over to the knitting needles, and it was a headache. It took me so long time. And then another lady pointed out to me that these were available, and you bet that I got off my tush and went straight to get them. And it's been so much easier using the double pointers rather than the circle. So I don't know at which point I will be switching over to a circle, but it's not quite yet. Not when it's easier to use the double pointers. It's just but yeah, the other thing, smacky noodle here. I mean, I'm pretty certain that I got all these lovely knit needles off Wool Warehouse. I think. Can't remember. Don't hold it to me. But I got my 20mm ones, right? And those are fairly big. I mean, let's see. I got this length, didn't I? What was the other thing? Why do I feel like I lost something? Oh yeah, the 25mm with. See, where are you? Pretty certain I had. Oh yeah, there you are. Oops. They are all tangled together. Do you have one? Yeah. Okay. With the, let's see, 25mm. Look at them. With the short cable and the long cable. Yeah. Then I got the 30mm. And by this point, when I've been bringing these knitting needles out, they've been, oh my lord, how big are those? They cannot possibly be any bigger. And the grin on my face when I say, oh, you think that's big? What about these? 35mm. Like, listen. The size of these things, like, they're pretty much the same width as my, okay, they're a little bit narrow than my wrist, but at the same time, listen, fairly big. really big. But yeah, I've been a little bit impish by bringing these two knit knives, but at the same time it's like, well, why not? I've also been a little like not quite anxious, but a little hesitant to bring this one with me because it's cloth. It's like very, very soft. Like unlike this one that I've never had any like leaking like problems with this one. And I've been a little hesitant for the past weeks bringing this proper project bag with me because it's been raining. Yesterday and I think Friday were the first dry days in a long, long, long while. It was like, listen, the amount of rain. At the same time you're like, well, I'm a little happy that it's not like snowing, because although I like the snow and I don't mind doing the whole shoveling thing, at the same time I'm really rather glad that it's not snowing down in the towns, at least not in my area, not quite yet. Because, you know, as soon as that happens, and we know that's gonna happen, it's going to be a little bit more difficult to, you know, get around. The usual, you know, winter things is like, let's see. But yeah, the other thing is that because the sweater is, you know, getting a little bit bigger, mind you, I also have a lot of just stuff in here that I should probably like be storing somewhere else, because I'm not using the needles. I literally just brought them with me because it was funny. But I do want to keep using this project bag because, you know, I bought it to use it, and it's really, the form of it is really easy to carry, so I'm like, I want to bring it with me. But as I said, the big project that I'm working on is a little bit too big. Now remember the part where I told you about how we are now getting 20% discount on yarn on knit nights? They have new yarn. They got in Drops Andes. Never tried it. It's really, really thick, like corded yarn, and it's really, really soft. It's made in Peru. It's a 9mm or US 13/M 13. Oh yeah, that's the needle hook. Wait, is it? I think you can see it. The weight is 100 grams or 3.5 ounces, and it's 90 meters or 98 yards, and it's 65% wool and 35% alpaca, and it's soft. So I was like still trying to be, oh, maybe you want to see like the color and the dye lot. The color is 9022 and the dye lot is 317519. There we go. So yeah, I think they had like 6 colors, and there was a rather creamy white-ish color, but then I saw this one is, and it's like slightly like a grayish bit. Lighting isn't the best because it's foggy, but it's like a slightly beige grayish type of color, and I really like this one. And you know, I try to be responsible, and therefore I went looking on my phone to try and see if I could find any patterns using this yarn that I liked. Lo and behold, I did. I think it's called Ariel, something like that. I'm gonna find it and remember to link it down below. It is a combination of like a really, really nice color collar neck thing, which does look really nice, but I really fell in love with the hat. So I bought enough yarn to do the hat because, I mean, that's pretty. I'm pretty certain though that the original, like the items in the picture, are made using drops snow rather than drops anthers, but they did recommend this yarn as substitution for the snow yarn. And you know, I want to try this yarn because it's new and I really like the colors. I really like the hat, and if it turns out like warm and all that, then I will have yet another wonderful thing to use for winter. So it's a win-win. So yeah. So yeah, it's been rather lazy morning. I literally just got out of my pajamas and I'm like still not up to doing much. I'm so happy I did like the laundry and the vacuuming on Friday, and I was really nice to myself, and when I got, shortly after I got up yesterday morning, I changed my bedding. And let me tell you, me in the evening, or me after midnight, was very grateful to me in the morning for having done that. It was so nice to crawl into bed, exhausted, like absolutely done, but so very happy too, because I wrote so many words and just, I had so much fun. It was, oh, don't know if I'm up to doing that. I can't know. Until next year. We'll see. It's just so nice though when you're working on something like this to like do these sprints when you have like a certain amount of time and you just go and work towards something. It does seem to work for me. So that's nice. I mean, at least when it comes to like writing, I could never do that with knitting. Like with knitting, I just like sitting down and relaxing and just doing the things. I don't like rushing about. Like knitting and crocheting is, you know, calming down times is, yeah. Oh, the other thing. I've been looking on Shein website. Mainly because, you know, there is that conversation which is needed because of fast fashion and how these corporations treat their workforce. You know, the people who make the clothes, the people in the factories who make the product that the corporations sell. Funny how those people who are making the project, who are making the very thing that the corporation relies on, funny how they always get treated badly. Funny how that works, isn't it? So apparently, and I haven't seen the report myself, so definitely need to look at that before. Yeah, but apparently, the workers are getting paid like 3 pence per item, and they need to finish 500 items a day to reach minimum wage. So I've been I've been looking at the Shein website just to, I don't know, well, twofold. First off, to see, like, just reinforce my own opinion. Because the difference in the items that are for sale is just astronomical. I can understand paying 3 pence for like some of the things that are literally just strings. I mean, yeah, that looks like a pretty quick job. A quick worker should be able to get those done in very, very short time span. But other items, if workers are getting paid 3 pence for finishing a very complicated dress that are made out of 100% silk, that's completely different. But yeah, that really leaves a bad taste in my mouth. It's just like, why are workers the people who are making the very projects that everyone uses the ones who are getting the short end of the stick? It's just like, they are the ones who make everything possible. Just pay them pay them proper wages. Treat them proper. Like, dear Lord, how is this always so complicated? Anywho, so my other thing when I go onto Shein website is because I was looking for inspiration. And I'm not hesitant to say that anymore because I mean a corporation that cannot be bothered to pay their workforce living wages, and 3 pence per. So I went on Shein to browse and look for inspiration because Lord knows I have a lot of yarn, and sometimes it's just, I don't know, it's inspirational, it's something when I go, for example, on Shein and look up things that are made out of, well, they say it's made out of yarn. I mean, it's definitely made out of something. But yeah, I did find quite a few items that kind of inspired me. Like, I do have, where did I put it? It's over there. Like, I'm lazy. I can't be bothered again. But I do have like these 24 balls. I have these 24 yarn balls. I have pretty yarn. That's like burgundy with I think it's like gold metal color, and I really want to make something simple for December time because I would like to wear something really pretty in it in December, in the festive season. And I've been thinking about like making either a open cardigan or a poncho or something, and I definitely saw something on Shein that did inspire me, but it'll be enough to actually sit down and do something. We'll see. There are also quite a few sweaters and a vest, I believe, that just went, I have yarn that would look really nice as something comparable. And honestly, some of the colors I was looking at, I'm like, I definitely have something similar, and definitely patterns. I have a lot of patterns and quite a few patterns that look like, very, very similar, even prettier. But yeah. So this day has been a little bit up and down. I've been like, woo, I wrote a lot. Thanks, Shein. Woo! But yeah, I'm still a little bit out of it, and I'm probably gonna stop talking now because I don't. Yeah. Mind you, I did, break my own record, but I still need to write a little bit today because what I managed to do yesterday is catch up to my quota, where I need to be in my writing for the month in order to get it finished on the last of November. Yeah, last day of November. So and that really cheers me up because some of the days, like my least English, hello. I know I can speak, just not quite now. My least productive day happens to have been the Friday, the last, the day when I was working from 8 to 4, and then we went to the airport, and then we had flight, and then we had the hotel, and then we had some get together, and I only wrote 101 words that day, and that was my least productive day. I'm like, and yeah, so I'm gonna try and feed my brain so I can write a little bit tonight, I think. Probably gonna go read something. Oh, I have manga. We'll see. I'll try to read something and maybe start yet another project, because I really want to have something out of that yarn that I'm too lazy to go get. And I really want to have something made out of that one for December. That would be so nice. And also, yeah. So this is the second to last project pile before we get to the Advent, right? So, and I'm so excited for the Advent because I have both. Wait, am I making sense right now? No, I'm not. Dang it. But yeah, I am really excited about the Advent because I'm gonna do the same thing as I did last year when I got the Hobby Knitters Advent calendar. So this year I have both the Knitters and the Crochet calendar, and I'm so excited because last year, like I've said a billion times since then, last year I did regret not realizing that this Advent calendar actually exists, so I didn't get both of them, and I really regret that because being able to compare what we get from each pack would have been so nice. Particularly because it's been a year, and I'm still befuddled about that towel. But yeah, so I'm gonna do that again this year, and that will be starting on the 27th. Like, it's 2 weeks. It's 2 weeks until Advent. Oh, so exciting. So I will. If I'm this excited now, can you imagine how I'm gonna be like next weekend? I'm gonna be properly bursting. So yeah, that is definitely enough from me this weekend. Oh no, wait, I was going to tell you all about how that last weekend went. It was so much fun. It was so much fun. Listen, the amount of fun. It was just fantastic. First off, all the flights went well. On Friday, we actually went with a jet. So usually when, inland flight in Iceland is usually just a typical plane. Like 2 rows. Yeah. Am I making sense? Like, you get 2 seats, a corridor and 2 seats, right? Probably makes sense. But like the jet, it has 3 seats, corridor, 3 seats. So way. And it was such a nice. It was such a nice jet too. It was so quiet. It was so fast. It was just soft. And then the plane that we got back on Sunday, a week ago, sea was so nice. Sea was so soft as well. And then I realized, oh wait, that's one of my favorite ones because sea's one of the more quiet ones. It was like so fantastic. So all the flights went well. Everything was on schedule, and the weather as good as you can hopefully just hope for in November. It was just mwah. The hotel we stayed on is called Reykjavik Lights, and it's this 3-star hotel that's borderline 4-star. It's small, it's cozy, it's nice, it's tidy, very clean, and yeah, really nice small bar that still managed to have some cocktails and real nice beer. And then we just had a lot of fun being able to meet people. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to meet my sisters. They were unfortunately a little bit too busy, so that's my only real regret. But you can't always get all the things that you want. The morning get together went really well, and then the company get together, the celebration, and the night, and yeah, it went really, really well. Like, everyone was having fun, the food was fantastic, the staff so professional, and it was so nice to see that the staff was also having fun. And you know that and it does make you feel better, because when the staff is obviously having fun, like they're dancing and they're like singing along with the music, and the fact that they are in a place where they can do that, that kind of tells you that their employee is treating them well. And that makes me feel better, because if the staff isn't having fun, it kind of makes you think, oh well, does that mean that their employee is being too harsh on them? At least that's what I think. And then the entertainment, dear lord, they brought out all the big guns. So there were two big rooms in Hakban where we were, and a lot of people were basically just running between those two rooms, because in one room we had one of the biggest stars in Iceland is Sigga Beinteins, and she was singing all of her classics. And in the other room was another big star called Pippi, and he was singing all his classics. So people were just running in between. It's like, oh. And regretfully, I don't quite know what the younger people, what their names were, who got up after them, but they were also fantastic. And the person who closed the entertainment was Páll Óskar, and he is one of the biggest stars, an openly gay man since way before it was something socially acceptable, and honestly one of my childhood idols, because having this fantastic person who is not afraid to be himself, it really helps you when you are a child, and when you're a teenager you've been like, well, life isn't that easy. But here is this fantastic openly gay man in the eye of the public, and some of the things that you've heard about his life, like some of the things that people have said to him, how he has been treated purely because of his sexuality, it kinda gives you the drive to be a better person, because you have this literal idol who is just telling it as it is, and you're like, yep, I'm looking up to this person because he is genuine, he is honest, and he is himself. And to have him closing out the night was just holy. My throat was hurting. And on top of all that, like, we got 2 tickets for free drinks, and the first, like, honestly, they open up when you get into the room, they give you a glass of prosecco, and I'm like, yes, it was really, really nice. And then when I was using my first ticket, the bartender was like, oh well, we have here red wine, we have white wine, and I have here a bottle of the most expensive wine in the house, and I kind of need to get it finished. And I'm like, give me. And it was really nice. That super expensive white bottle wine was just really nice. And the second glass of wine that I got was also really nice. And I'm not gonna count up all the drinks that I drank, because that's the most I will ever drink in one night, and I did not get hungover, and I'm still mystified by that. It's like, probably because I also made sure to like drink water along and eat, so that may have helped. But yeah, last weekend was so much fun. It was just fantastic. The drawback is that a lot of my coworkers have been catching cold. And I might be coming down with something myself, we'll see. But it's been fantastic, and dear lord, I've been rambling. Maybe this is my longest video so far. Haha. But yeah, so this is my genuine end of today's video. So I will hopefully see you again next weekend, and see you then. Okay, take care. Bless, bless.